Do I manage my hypocrisy? Me? In my day-to-day, seeking spiritual resources so that I can be more true, be more whole, diminish the process of sin in my life? Boy, but that's not all we get, I know. It's procedural. Satisfaction is a diamond we will find every day in the middle of the gravel, that if you decide to pay attention to what went wrong, you will be distracted by the gravel, and you will never reach the diamond of reality. So many people I find that I am tired of listening to the same thing all the time. People who are mourning 2, 3 years, the same affective dependence, and do not have the courage to poke the wound the right way. There is no way. You don't have the courage to get in the front door, to break your hypocrisies, the lies that tells yourself. Because happiness is the satisfaction, we must have to be who we are. It is nothing else. I lie my head on the pillow after a day lived, of functions of fulfillment, of difficulties faced, of lived loves, of hatreds also felt. I lie my head on my pillow and sleep satisfied with what I could achieve from me. Because whenever we have the opportunity to break a process of hypocrisy in us, we break free. Is it so interesting to be freer? Is so satisfactory for you to experience the lightness of not having to cultivate hypocrisy? Do you have a light heart because you are already properly reconciled with what you have weak in yourself? With those indigencies that you naturally need to manage, why is it a matter of survival? And then you have more control over it. Because God knows I can. He knows what my talents are. He knows what my possibilities are. My skills. But I can risk dying without discovering. Because I didn't nail nails in the raw material of my reality. I didn't crash my nails so I could get all the excesses that so often move me away from what I can be. And I often simply be a bitter being, more or less, knocked down, because I do not confront me to be who I can be. Failing to believe what you can. When you cease to believe what you can achieve from yourself, you are decreeing your death sentence. When you get carried away by what is most petty in you, you decreed your death sentence. And it is not enough to be among others. You need to be with others. But we can only be with others when we have managed to harmonize in our heart, our identity, our personal struggle, our self-knowledge. Go forward, piercing everything we can break from ourselves. It's impressive. Sometimes we talk about material detachment. Material detachment is just a consequence of spiritual detachment, which only spirituality helps us to live. Remove a wardrobe that is left, and donating requires a previous movement, which is to remove the debris we have inside us. Do you know what the rubble is? We think these clothes protect us, that they make us better, more beautiful, more. We don't have the courage to lose, to give up. It's the rubble. That person who wants to be eternally famous, eternally recognized at the cost of his own life, his own health, has no courage to establish. No, it has no courage to set limits on realities that are being absolutely fragile. Why? Because you want to always be at the top. Life will not be perfect. So I don't have the right to design my happiness only for when everything is perfect. No, we will die, and this will not be possible. Happiness is a project that lacks daily commitment, because otherwise it won't. It does not work. We don't get there. It is also part of the maturity you come to the conclusion that you do not have to say everything about everything, that you have the right to book yourself to silence, not to give opinions, to remain silent until you know or be able to say something. Now you need to face your problems. I can't face them for you. I need to face my problems. I have, in the structure of my life, the problems that are proper to my life, which are proper to my being, the structure that surrounds me. And I need to manage all this daily, so that I have the right to extract the satisfaction of being who I am. A doctor, for example, he has the problems that are proper to his profession, and he can be happy even though he was having all the difficulties there. Why? Because he's sticking his nails in reality and goes there to seek the reason for his satisfaction. But that's how we often harden our hearts when you realize that the world has not been generous with you. You stop being generous with the world. It's no use, my people. If we do not break the breastplate of hypocrisy, the lies that feed us, we will never come to the truth that will save us. If we insist on maintaining these lying appearances, feeding false conflicts, giving us answers that have not responded to us for years, just to try to justify us before others, or to look more cute, smarter, more balanced, when actually inside we are in a well of necessity, of conflict. All this because we don't have the courage to look ahead the ghost that haunts us. We claim to be brother of the other, but get the stick every time we have the opportunity. We are all cute in our speech that we make for others, but there, in our intimacy, we are the hardest people to live with. We look cute, we make an exhortation every day to charity, fraternal love, world peace, but inside our house, we are unbearable to our brothers. We are unbearable to those who live with us. And sometimes the context of our hypocrisy hides the situations where we are getting lost from ourselves. It's that eternal lie that we do not have the courage to tell us what we need to hear about our personal life regarding our choices. We are giving eternal justifications, unfounded, lying, but that at that moment seems comfortable, relieves us of the confrontation that we need to lie. Yes, when I seek this happiness, regardless of what the other is offering me, when I fall into the land of my being the opportunity to be happy, I naturally provoke it in the other. I will be less uncomfortable with the other, because I often get insistence on the change of the other, but I don't do what is up to me to change from me. This story was to say brothers, but in practice we live as if we were enemies. Envy would dispute all the time, pulling the rug on the other, doing everything to go wrong the project of the other. More petty feelings, and all of them covered by the pseudo-main of holiness. Yeah, the most petty feelings I found in pseudo-sanities. That's why we need to deal with our conflicts daily. Put them on the table, look without fear. What in our temperament, in our way of being, is the cause of oppression, which then generates hypocrisy. The person is not hypocritical overnight. Hypocrisy is often the result of an oppressive process. It is very unpleasant. It is very uncomfortable to identify that the treatment we offer to people is not the one we recommend. Because for me, the worst sin is this. A serious sin we commit daily is when we are not able to love the people next to us. It is often me responsible for what is not transformed into the other. Maintenance. I am maintaining the defects of my husband. My husband is accommodated and I set him up with my attitudes. My son is accommodated and I accommodate him even more with my excessive care. I didn't expel when it needs to grow. There's a friend that I'm doing the maintenance of your addictions, because I reinforce in him what is vicious, and that he should have expelled from himself a long time ago. I lose the opportunity to make happy who is by my side. We do only the first part of our homework because of laziness. I remember when I was a boy, I had a habit of stopping on the second question of homework and said like this, "Now I'll play." Then I finish. It never ended. The other day, terrified, with a pan face, not knowing how to tell the teacher that he had not done the whole duty. In Christianity, sometimes we are like this, because sometimes we do the maintenance of the other's error. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey at Path of Faith. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content like this.